Welcome back. Happy New Year to another episode of Hops Geek News. We are in our 5th year now in the year 2025. We have a really good episode for you today. I am Matt, as always, with me is Lauren.
It's our 6th year.
Oh God, it's our 6th year. Jeez.
Because 2020 is 0.
Oh, well, my bad. Anyways, this is episode of 251. And today we are going to talk about our most anticipated films, TV shows, comic books of 2025. Last week, we talked about our favorite, top 5 favorite things for the year 2024. So this one, we're going to talk about the year ahead. And if you like what we hear, and this is your first time, thanks for hanging out. Hops Geek News on any social media platform, any podcasting platform. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, follow, help the podcast grow. You can follow us on, come join our Discord channel, and then you can join patreon.com/hopsgeeknews. You get ad-free episodes and monthly watch parties with us. And of course, we always talk about what we're drinking. We just basically talk about a beer of the week. That's about this big beer. So if you don't even like drinking, guess what? This is great because this is as much drinking as you're going to get. And if you're doing dry January, hats off to you. I'm doing no sweets January. And we always talk about what we're reading or watching and some news. And then our main topic. Yeah, no sweets, man. I've been pounding the sweets lately because it's been Christmas time.
You can have like healthy sweets, right? Like fruit and shit.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about candy and stuff like that. No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Candy stuff.
Honestly, I mean, beer will satisfy your sweet tooth. Then fermented sugars, like if I'm having a beer, I don't need to have dessert with the kids. But the nights I don't have a beer, I'm like, I do want a bite of that ice cream.
I get like ice cream from Cookout, that craving, or my Bunch of Crunch at a movie. Talk about it. I did see a movie and I didn't get Bunch of Crunch, so I'm proud of myself for that. I am drinking a beer this week, though. It is from Medusa Brewing. I love them. They are out of Massachusetts. And the only energy that I can really match for this coming year is their Laser Kitten IPA. It's a cat shooting laser beams at the sky, man. It's catnip for hopheads, okay? It arrives at a more crushable ABV than its imperial strength sibling, while packing plenty of Galaxy Citra Mosaic hops for intense citrusy fruit punch. Yeah, I really love Medusa Brewing. It's only 6%, so nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. I got this when I was back home for Thanksgiving and just fit the vibe, man. I don't know. What are you drinking? We also lost a great president this week, so I know Lauren has some little beer school because Jimmy Carter was very much a humanitarian and a driving force for a lot of good things that have come about in the modern times. So Lauren, tell us what you're drinking, and why don't you hit us with some of your old beer school real quick?
So what I'm drinking is actually called 40 Days. It is a Doppelbock by Breaker Brewing Company. And we all know the 40 Days is a nod to Lent because, many monks would drink Doppelbock.
Josh Hartnett, yep.
Can you think, yeah, that too. Oh, that's a fun movie. But can you think of somebody else who might be practicing Lent? Perhaps a superhero that has a TV show coming back this fall or this spring?
Daredevil.
What? So I also have my Adjust. This is a fantastic beer. I actually got this when I came up to visit you. So this is my last of them, which I love.
That's right. Yeah.
I love Doppelbocks. They're so good. So I have it in my law school pint glass, and I have an avocado here. And if anybody doesn't know, this is what Florida avocado is like.
Why is that avocado so big? That's the size of your
Florida
head.
One. It's a Florida avocado.
Why is that avocado so big? Oh my God.
It's not because like a lot of them, are like from Mexico when the small black ones, when they're ready to eat, they're black. This is Florida avocados, man. They're gargantuan. It was like on the island when I went to go grab a beer. I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna grab that for my beer picture real quick."
But wait, did you grow that one? Because I know you have an avocado tree and stuff.
No, Josh got it from somebody. Usually, anytime like a fruit tree like sprouts, like people are like giving away this stuff because it's so much. Like we just got a bunch of mangoes from a neighbor because there was so many. We do have a ton of avocado trees.
Super Bowl party sized guacamole, right?
I know. We have to eat it. Like Josh is probably gonna walk out because he said it's like the best today. He's probably gonna walk out and be like, "Where the fuck did that avocado go?"
He's gonna. I'm really hungry.
So we have a very mini beer school to toast Jimmy Carter, our 39th president. So when Prohibition was repealed, everything did not just go back to how it was. And we are actually still dealing with collateral damage today from Prohibition. However, President Carter had a little brother named Billy, who was a big fan of beer and home brewing. In fact, Jimmy himself also homebrewed. Well, this led to Jimmy Carter signing a bill in 1978, which contained an amendment that exempted home brewing from federal taxes and lifted regulations on it that were left after Prohibition. Side note real quick, after Prohibition, states now got to control the alcohol laws. So that was the rule. We're not going to have federal rules anymore. The states are going to do it. So everywhere was not legal to homebrew until 2013. But taking down federal regulations definitely gets that ball rolling. So shortly after this bill was signed, Billy Carter teamed up with All City Brewing and made Billy Beer. The can actually said, quote, "I had this beer brewed up just for me. I think it's the best I have ever tasted. And I've tasted a lot. I think you'll like it too." End quote. Signed, Billy Carter. Apparently it wasn't the best though, because years later he credited the beer with being the reason he quit drinking.
Oh my God. Ever make a beer so bad that you don't even want to drink anymore? I think that's ridiculous.
I made it so bad I drained for it. Yes.
My dad actually found a Billy beer at an antique store and bought it. That's the picture I sent you. And I didn't realize at first when he sent me the picture. He's like, yeah, I found it at an antique store years ago. It's ridiculous.
And it still had the beer in it, or was it a can?
Mm-hmm. No, it was full. It was an unopened can of beer. Yeah. He just keeps it in his bar room as a decoration.
Oh, that's really cool. That's my dad told me like he had it and he said it wasn't great. And like his go-to at the time was Narragansett.
Well, it's better than like Schlitz and all that stuff from the beer wasn't good in the 70s. So
right. But apparently, but it did open up the doors and inspire a lot of early craft brewers, including Jack McAuliffe, who started the very first microbrewery post-prohibition in the state. And this, because many of them were inspired to homebrew after they would go to Europe, they would taste beer and they'd be like, oh my God, beer's really good. Can't buy it in the States. So they would have to homebrew it. So this led very slowly to the craft beer movement we know today. And while no one is barging down doors to arrest homebrewers, making it legal definitely leads to an increase of access to resources and information. Oh, yeah. Fact that inspired many others, including Ken Grossman, who started a little brewery you may have heard of called Sierra Nevada. So thank you, Jimmy Carter, for getting this ball rolling. They say there is no beer in heaven, but Supernatural has proven otherwise. So rest in peace and cheers.
R.I.P. in peace. Yeah, that's really cool. It's, he's probably one of the last presidents to actually do something for good, and he worked and did a lot of good stuff for humanity.
Home brewing stuff.
Well, just look at the things that, right? He did Habitat for Humanity all the way up basically until he died. I mean, he was 90. He was 100 years old, and not even he got out while it's going good, man. He said, I see what's happening in 2025. I'm out, dude. He stuck around just long enough.
Somebody was telling me he held on long enough to get to vote one last time.
He got to vote one last time, and then the flag will be at half-mast while that thing takes presidency on the 20th, which is like a big last FU, but whatever. Neither here nor there. No politics. Don't get me fired up. No this politics. Is a fun pop culture show, so let's go into what we've been reading or watching. Let's talk about I read a couple books. So I did read Creature Commandos issue 4, David Dastmalchian for DC.
Oh.
Really good. I'm enjoying it. I like Medusa, her relationship with Lucky, who's the Frankenstein type character. It's very different than the TV show. I have been I've one episode behind the TV show. I'm just not getting into the TV show.
I'm a few episodes behind.
Everybody's raving and
better. But I don't know anybody who is raving. Like I do feel like it got better. The last one I saw was the Weasel one, so I haven't watched any more since we last recorded.
I watched the first 5 so far.
It still feels like something is missing.
It's disjointed, I think. It goes from serious to weirdly goofy to just it doesn't flow well for me, I think.
Right.
Yeah,
like
it's
Supernatural
not
is very serious and then goofy, but like
the
goofy doesn't negate the seriousness. I feel like with Weasel, the goofy was almost negating the seriousness.
But we got that really good episode with Weasel, which was a good episode. Yeah. You saw with the kids, and he was trying to save the kids, and then the cops shot the kid and him. And
it was
it's
heartbreaking.
Just like a cab for life, first of all. But yeah, dude, so the comic is very good. It's going to be a 6-issue run, 4 issues in.
Nice.
They are on this jungle island. There's more than meets the eye going on. The show, I did watch the show. I'm up to episode 5. I know that most recently there was a cameo of Batman in the most recent episode, but it's just something there for me in the TV show. But I did read Two-Face, issue number 2 from Christian Ward. This is a really good book, man. I think a lot of people should be picking this one up because it's a courtroom drama mixed in with a whodunit thriller, psycho thriller type thing, because Harvey Dent is basically locked away the evil side of him in a prison in his mind. And so you get to go in his mind and you're with this evil version of Harvey Dent. So it's very well drawn and vibrant and weird. But then on the outside, he's in this latest issue trying to absolve the King of Hearts, who is being accused of cheating on the Queen of Hearts, and she's about to kill him.
Off with his head.
Right. And so she's, the Aces gang or whatever it is. It's cool seeing like these C-tier villains from Batman show up, but Harvey does very smart. You can see his intellectual side a lot. And there's something more. There's somebody pulling the strings because they hate Harvey Dent. I almost feel like it's going to be Penguin for some reason. That's my theory, but we don't know who it is. And so he's using these people to... Yeah, so he's using these pulling strings behind the scenes because he doesn't like them. It's very good. I highly recommend picking this up. It's so good. And then I read Sam Wilson, Captain America. Greg Pak is one of the writers on this. It was a good comic book, man. I was like, let's check this out. The movie's getting ready to come out. Red Hulk's on the cover. So Sam Wilson is obviously Captain America. It kicks off with him saving the citizens of Harlem because he's a social worker, so he knows everybody. Him and actually Steve Rogers appears and they fight vampires. And then Sam's like, I'm gonna
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, he's got this thing to go to, and Steve comes along, and it turns out to be this barbecue, right? It's a barbecue. It's so funny that Steve got invited to the barbecue.
Is it older Steve?
He's still Captain America. They're both Captain America.
Okay, so. But is he an older? Because like when I read a few years ago, I read
he's a little
Sam
older,
Wilson Captain America, not my Captain America, and like Steve Rogers was still around, but he looked like he was like 60.
No, it's still young Steve. They're both just
okay.
Captain
He
America,
just gave the mantle over to, or let him take over the mantle. I shouldn't say just gave it to him because obviously he earned it.
But at the barbecue was really cool because we got Luke Cage, Misty Knight. There's all sorts of African American
Misty Knight back. There. I liked her in Netflix.
I hope we get her back too. Yeah,
she was fantastic.
So, there's basically a company that wants Sam to be their spokesperson, right? And it's so that way he can pay for a family member's farm because they got screwed over. So he goes to see what it's all about. They go up to this city, and obviously the CEO isn't really who they say, and Red Hulk appears and things of that nature. So it's pretty good. I would like to say I was very pleasantly surprised. Not normally like the biggest Marvel fan, but I want to read more Sam Wilson Captain America. I'm very excited for the movie, and so I wanted to read more of that. And so it actually has me hooked. And Greg is a fan. Him and Evan Williams, I want to say, are the two writers, and it's from Marvel. So first issue's out. I highly recommend at least checking out the first issue. From there, though, I have watched Supernatural. I'm one episode behind on Skeleton Crew. We will be doing a wrap up of that when it's over. I'm not. I just haven't been busy. I've had basically 2 weeks off of work.
I waited for there to be 2. And then I watched 2 back to back, and I was happy I did because the way the one ended with something happened with a lightsaber. I was like, I'm glad I get to immediately watch the next one.
I just, I've been really going crazy. I think I'm nesting. I think that's what my problem is. For some reason, I don't know what it is.
Because then I almost closed my move ring and like I didn't exercise. I was literally just taking Christmas decorations down.
Well, I took Christmas down. And then the college football playoffs. So my team, Boise State, played. They didn't win, but they played. And then
Matt sent me a picture of him holding a toaster.
I was holding the toaster, and Ski was like, I'm sorry, buddy. And I sent him a picture of that picture too. And he's like, it's not that serious. And I was like, that's where you're wrong, buddy.
So I was at Ski's, and he was like, I don't think Matt's doing too well. And I look at my phone, and there's a picture of you holding a toaster. And I had just sent you the picture because we were drinking a beer you sent me, and it was called Friends from Afar. So I was like, it's Friends from Afar. And he gave me this beer, and we're afar. Let's send a picture to Matt. And then so like 5 minutes later, Ski's like, yeah, he's not doing good.
I
drank a lot. The game was actually on at Ski's.
Yeah, we were watching it. We let Oliver stay up, and then my son and we played, video games until 1 a.m. It was actually really sweet because Oliver is now old enough. We were playing Madden together, and we get to play video games late, and he was involved in the festivities. So it was fun, but yeah, it was sad. But I've just been like cleaning my house and I don't know, nesting mode. So I haven't really done much, but I did see Moana too. I don't know what's going on. I've just been seeing everything that I want to reorganize and clean. And I don't know, man.
That's maybe January. That's how you cope with taking down the tree.
I think that's what it is. But Moana too, man. I did see that. I will say the soundtrack was not as good right now as the first movie, but I thought this was a really well done movie because I liked the introduction of the new characters that they introduced. I liked that Maui wasn't such a focus of the film as he was in the first one because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just irritates me. So it was great that Moana was the focus and her journey and her ancestors' journey and connecting their people. That was the focus. I liked the lady with the bats. She was really cool. I liked the imagery and her relationship with her sister. So I thought it was a good movie. I liked the story. I'm excited to see the third one at some point whenever it comes out.
Yeah, they had an end credit scene.
They did. Yeah. And it's going to set up the third one, and rightfully so. It's pretty cool. But I really did like this movie. I thought it was really sweet. It was great. And I don't like the fact that I purposely bought a row right in the middle so I can put my feet up because I'm tall. And there was like nobody else in the theater sitting there. And this family of 7 chose the 7 seats right in front of us. And I'm like, you psychopath. Who does that?
People who want to sit in the center.
Anyways, I also watched another movie called Werewolves. Steve Miller directed it. It was with Frank Grillo, and it was with, oh my God, I just blanked on her name, but she was from Arrow. She was not Talia al Ghul, but her sister in Arrow. But
okay, I only remember Talia.
She's in it, and so there's scientists, like basically the supermoon caused 1 billion people to turn into werewolves. So the next year, it's like the Purge turning into werewolves. So they developed hopefully this stuff called moon screen, but it doesn't work. Surprise, surprise. And so Frank is trying to get to his brother died last year's, the first initial outbreak. He's trying to get back to his brother's wife and daughter to save them. I liked it, man. It's a very much like a B-rated action horror movie, which is right up my alley. You know, I'm just not a serious person, and I really thought it was awesome as far as action goes. I thought the costumes for the werewolves was pretty decent. Frank Grillo was pretty awesome in it. I love Frank Grillo, man. He was great in this movie. And it's an hour and 24 minutes. So you're just basically going to go in and watch them kill
that's
werewolves.
Not bad at all.
That's really what you're going to get out of it. You go in there with no expectations, just expecting to see some werewolves kill some people and some werewolves get killed. And that's what you're going to get from this movie. And that's what I got. And I enjoyed it. People I know were just, this is a terrible movie, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, if you go in expecting it to be an Oscar film, but it's not. And so for me, I enjoyed it. That's what I've been up to. I have Venom 3 to watch. I have Gladiator 2 to watch. My goal is to watch all of these this week.
I know watch Venom, Joker.
Busy. I also have screeners for Harley Quinn season 5 I have to watch by next week. So I've got a lot of things to watch. My goal was over these last 2 weeks to watch all this stuff. I have not been able to really do that. And I'm rushing to finish Supernatural. So we are just all over the place.
So many things to watch.
Yeah, no kidding. What do you got going on?
So the reviews I did this week was X Factor number 6. X Factor has been really good. I know I talked about it a while ago, but it is like the PG rated version of like The Boys, kind of. So like don't think like X-Men or anything. Like it's really all about likes and shares and all this, but it's all after the fall of Koa. So they're dealing with that, and I'm continuing to enjoy it. It's very fun. And then Deadpool / Wolverine number 1 came out.
How was that? I haven't read that yet.
Sarah. It's really good. So it starts off with like there's some very disgruntled shield workers that are like, let's open this like super contained thing that almost looks like a Malik box or whatever they call it from Supernatural. It's like wrapped in cement and all this. Oh, whatever, we're gonna get a raise because we're doing this. And then it cuts to Deadpool in a very much so Deadpool scene, and then it cuts to Wolverine in a very much so Wolverine way. And then it has like a team up, but of course there is a twist. Things aren't exactly going there, but it's very like how you would expect and want Wolverine and Deadpool to show up. And then how it ends at the end, I was like, oh, I did not see that coming. So they're opening up a whole can of worms, and it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So I would say get in on it as soon as you can. Ben Percy's the one who did the last Wolverine run, which ran 50 issues. So, what was going on for a few years. And he writes a great Wolverine. He's doing all the Predator stuff too. He's going to be at MegaCon again. And yeah, he's fantastic. I did start Shrinking season 2. Of course, I'm loving it.
Finally. God dang it. Hurry up. I want to talk about it so bad.
So Josh flew through 1. As soon as he got going. And then, we started 2 last night. And I finished my Krampus book. And I hate that I finished it so late because I want to talk about it. And I'm hoping, I need to do, a video next December. It was fantastic. It was by Brom, Brom. And so he writes comic books. And, Erica already another book that almost seems like it's like a nod to Peter Pan. So this Krampus book, it came out in 2012. So I feel like it came out a little ahead of its time because everybody knows and loves Krampus now. I feel like not long ago people really didn't, unless you lived in Germany or Austria or something and had Krampensschnott. So it took the Krampus, but it leaned heavily into Norse mythology. And who Santa was is not just Saint Nicholas. That also had a big thing with Norse mythology, but it was still taking place in a modern day. So it was these people who are dealing with their lives. And I actually read it at the perfect time because it starts Christmas Eve night and it goes to just before New Year's. And it was so fantastic because they had this down on your luck kind of shitty little town dealing with bullshit and get wrapped up in Krampus. And you have the people that are what is happening? This doesn't make sense. And how the Santa sack was described was really cool because
how was Santa sack?
So Santa's sack was Loki's. It was not Santa's.
That's cool.
Loki is a trickster. And so Krampus is how dare he take Loki's sack and do this to Loki's sack, because the Santa sack was not supposed to be red. It became red from all the blood.
That's so okay. That's awesome.
So I don't want to say too much more, but it was really cool. And I loved how it went. And Erica is not big into comic books but she's into fun stuff. She's the one I'm reading all the, Stephen King books with, her and Brandy, but she really enjoyed it. And she said there were times where she was I'm not sure if I like this. And then she really liked it. And then she was oh, he has another one. And it sounds like it's a nod to Peter Pan because the Peter Pan story is kind of creepy. He would lead Peter children to the afterlife. And
Peter Pan and Pinocchio are 2 of the creepiest Disney properties, I feel like.
Yeah. But I also feel the book Krampus, it's bigger and it has just this goofy looking Krampus face on the cover. And I feel you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but you do. And I felt like
Naturally, yeah.
it should have been more of like a normal paperback with, I don't know what kind of cover, but like it was fantastic. Kudos to the guy at my Barnes and Noble who recommended it, because I asked him, I go, are there any Christmas books that are not romantic
Oh
that I
yeah.
could
Come on, get your
read?
Hallmark spirit.
So, and he recommended that, and I didn't have time to read it throughout the
Solid
season, but
choice.
still got to finish it by the Christmas tree.
You did. It
And
was New
so good.
Year's Eve, wasn't it? That when you
Yeah,
finished
I
it?
literally finished it on New Year's Eve. It was so, I left like the last 20 pages. I read next to the Christmas tree New Year's Eve morning with a cup of coffee, and it was fantastic.
Well, let's go
And
to some
Dexter
news.
Original Sin's still really
Oh,
good, so
you're
go
still
watch
enjoying
that.
that
Okay.
one? Yeah.
I
Go
am
to some
very
news.
much so.
What's happening this year with some news? We got some big news, I think.
So Dogma is officially back as of 2025. We did hear that Kevin Smith got it back. It's apparently getting remastered, as Kevin Smith posted a clip with Alan Rickman and Jay that was deleted. He posted it as they are going through all the old footage to re-release it.
Okay, that's exciting. Dogma is perhaps my favorite Kevin Smith movie that he's ever made. So I'm really pumped to get that. Now, you've never been able to find it because of Harvey Weinstein's a piece of garbage human being. So now that we're going to get it remastered and get it back on the road a little bit, that's one I hope we get to do on the podcast this year. Now, I'm excited because we got a couple pieces of DC news. Jason Momoa has officially been cast as Lobo for James Gunn's DCU. He will be in Supergirl, Women of Tomorrow. Now, it's perhaps one of the biggest fan casts ever. And Jason Momoa had an Instagram post that was saying how he read comic books. He doesn't really so much collect them anymore. He doesn't have time. But Lobo was always his favorite. And he says if they decide to call, I'll be there. And so he posted a post that is essentially saying they called, is what it said. They called. And so it's really exciting that he's gonna, it's fit, man. I liked his Aquaman, but he's gonna crush it as Lobo. And I really think the DCU is on the right track as far as casting goes so far, which leads me into this next piece now, Creature Commandos. There was a cameo. This is not really a spoiler, I feel like, because I haven't watched the episode, but there was a screenshot of the DCU Batman just standing there menacingly, of course. Now he hasn't been cast. We don't know any that or Alan Ritchson.
Jensen.
Alan Ritchson is beefy, so I feel like he could be a really good.
I don't know who that is.
He played the original Aquaman in Smallville, and then he also
played
the guy. He's Hawkeye. Yeah, Hawkman, Hawk and Dove.
Wait, no, the guy who played the original Aquaman. Oh, okay.
Teen Titans. He played Hawk in Teen Titans.
Or something?
Yeah. I think he has like the softness to him that I could very much see him playing the billionaire playboy and also an imposing Batman. Of course,
really do like. He's terrible as Aquaman. He was horrendous as Aquaman.
Come on, man! It was so long ago.
He was great in Titans.
Yes, he's great in Reacher.
But I don't.
He was great. Know. There was a movie. He was in.
Great. Oh, I didn't see Reacher.
Oh, the movie I watched with Henry Cavill. They're World War II saboteurs.
I saw the clip of that when they're drunk on the boat.
Yes, he was awesome in that movie. It's a really good movie.
He's bigger than Henry Cavill, right?
He is. The dude is yoked. Yeah, he plays. I would like him honestly. Him or Jensen would be my picks. Clearly,
Jensen would be better because Jensen could nail both Batman and.
He has done the voice and animated, but I don't think they're going to cast Jensen. I think they're going to go younger, and it might not even be who I think, because so James Gunn has confirmed that this is, we're not getting an origin story for Batman. Thank God. Everybody, you come out of the womb knowing that Batman's parents were shot. Okay. We know it.
Nobody needs to see Ben Parker or Martha and Thomas Wayne die ever again.
We all know it, man.
Right.
And so this is
after the theater. Like, we get it.
James Gunn has confirmed that there is already an established Batman in this universe, and we got a clip of him, so I'm very excited for that. So who knows? Listen, there's more than just Jensen out there, Lauren. Okay.
Although I did hear he started filming the prequel the day after the Orlando Con. I don't know if that's official or not, but supposedly the Soldier Boy prequel with Stormfront.
Oh, I completely forgot that the show was happening.
I did not, because I even was like, oh, is it going to be 2025? Apparently it's not. So it's not making my anticipated list, because I think we have to wait till 2026. Oh, I didn't mean
we're not getting any boys content.
We should be getting we should be getting Gen V. Okay,
just said Gen V, man.
But you know what's funny is, like, I thought about Gen V the other day and I didn't add it to my list. And then when I was looking at most anticipated, it didn't come up on any of the lists.
I don't think we have it confirmed. I think they finished filming it, but they were either filming it, finished filming it.
Yeah, I guess that's why.
So we don't have a firm date. Just like The Boys, they never tell us until about a month out that it's coming. I feel like
I would guess that it is coming to 20. Or okay, so
summer would be my guess.
Days ago, Gen V season 2 is slated to premiere on Prime in 2025.
I would say summer of 2025 would be my guess.
All right. Well, I'll wait to talk. I'm going to add that real quick, and then
we have 2 pieces of news left. I know I can speak on the Spider-Man news real quick. Sorry. And then you hit the MegaCon. So Spider-Man, the new show is coming out January 29th. It was originally supposed to be part of the MCU. However, they talked, essentially it's no longer canon to the MCU because they had a bunch of things they would have to jump rope through. They couldn't use a lot of villains or characters. So it's no longer tied to the MCU for that reason.
They also had originally slated as season 2 and they were calling them freshman and sophomore year. And they're not doing that anymore either.
They don't have, so it's its own thing now because they were unable to, I feel it's column A, like lazy writing where there's so many street level villains for Spider-Man you could have used. But I understand. So no longer part of the MCU. I still say watch it, check it out. I'm going to check it out for sure. Lauren, we do have a little bit of MegaCon news before we roll into our most anticipated lists.
So Harry Potter fans will be happy. The Weasley kids are coming, Ginny and the twins.
I'm excited for that.
Some people from Happy Days, including the Fonz, which would be really cool if we got a team up with the Fonz and Kevin Bacon, because one time they had lunch together. Would you consider that a team up?
Yeah, why not?
It's from Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special. Netflix leaked Squid Game Season 3, which comes out June 27th, 2025. Oh, that's not MegaCon. Did you just add that?
I must have accidentally put that in the wrong spot. That's my bad. Yes. Sorry, not MegaCon news.
I just went full on Anchorman and just said that.
Nope, that's my bad. Lauren also reads straight from the prompter.
True. Fuck you, San Diego. Hank Azaria is coming to MegaCon as well, which I hope he does a panel and we can go because I feel like that would probably be a really good panel. Like, think of everything this man has been in and everything he's done and the voices he can do. That would be really cool. And that's all I got from MegaCon.
I'm excited for him. I don't know why, but he always sticks out to me from Mystery Men. He plays the magician guy in Mystery Men for whatever reason.
I never saw that. Is that the one? Ben Stiller's in that, right?
They're such low list heroes. Ben Stiller's in it. I want to say Kel from Kenan and Kel is in it. It has a bunch of those guys. And to be honest, I love that movie so much, and he's in it, and that's one thing that I always remember him from, even though he's in so many others. So he does
so many voices in The Simpsons. He's in Friends, Mad About You,
he's in everything. But that's what I got. Cool. Well, let's go into
Yemen. No, he didn't move to Yemen. Where did he move? Chandler Fake moved to Yemen. He moved somewhere.
You're asking me? I don't like Friends. I don't know.
He didn't get to marry Phoebe. Instead, Paul Rudd married Phoebe. So sorry, Hank Azaria.
Honestly, Paul Rudd, man, I would marry him too. He's handsome. He's aged beautiful. Anyways, most anticipated list. He
hasn't aged at all.
He hasn't. We're going to roll into that. We will be back in just a minute from a couple ads from our sponsor. We are sponsored by Spreaker Prime, so we will be right back. Hey, we're back. Most anticipated list for 2025. Now, according to IMDb, there are 10 movies that people are most anticipating more than any other. We are going to talk about comic books, movies, and TV shows. However, this is their list. Okay, IMDb's
list,
Superman.
Not our list.
According to IMDb, we got Superman, 28 years later, The Fantastic Four, How to Train Your Dragon, Thunderbolts, Captain America Brave New World, Snow White, Jurassic World Rebirth, Minecraft, and Mission Impossible The Reckoning. So, Lauren, why don't you tell us what Marvel TV and my son, every time he sees that trailer at the movies between Sonic, Moana, and if it's on TV,
oh my God,
he acts like he's never seen that trailer before, and he is mesmerized.
Okay, the Minecraft movie is going to be like Mission Space at Epcot. Like,
no,
Logan still
Minecraft's going to make $1 billion. I guarantee
I'm going to tell him that Minecraft is rated R and he's not allowed to see it. And
I'll take the kids. Send Logan up. I'll take him and Oliver. We'll go see Minecraft. Do I want to see it? Not necessarily.
Whatever I can open it, I will put him on a plane for you to pick up at the airport.
Logan and Oliver would probably love to see that movie, and I guarantee you that movie's probably going to be better than we all think. But I'm not. It's target audience. Our kids clearly our kids are the target audience.
But it blows my mind that this generation got into a video game with crappy graphics. What the hell?
This generation loves to watch people react to video games. So, all right, we're the old people. Why don't you start us off with Marvel?
Someone told me my Adidas pants were vintage.
What?
I said I had them since high school.
Oh my! Well, yeah, that was in the 30s.
So Marvel. Yeah, I wear them under my fancy dress when I protested my right to vote. Marvel, Spider-Man animated is January 29th. Captain America, Brave New World, February 14th.
Yes.
Daredevil, Born Again, March 4th. Thunderbolts and Lightning, May 6th. Ironheart, June 24th. Fantastic Four, July 25th. This is a hell of a year for Marvel. Eyes of Wakanda, which is animated August 6th.
Oh, I forgot
Marvel
that
Zombies,
one was coming.
which is animated October 3rd, Mean Girls Day. And Wonder Man, which comes out in December.
I forgot Wonder Man as well. We got the logo.
Yeah, I'm excited for all of these, honestly. Obviously, some more than others, and we'll go into our favorites at the end. But that is all the Marvel. Last year, we like 2024, we got Deadpool and Wolverine, we got What If, and we got Agatha. And I don't believe we got anything else.
No, we really didn't get much this year. This year was really low key in terms.
I feel like they pulled back because people were bitching about oversaturation.
Well, that was the whole thing, right? They said that they were going to take a step back because there was too much. They wanted to reevaluate what's all blah, 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 you know.
And then they released the highest grossing R-rated movie ever.
Of all time. Well, that was the one thing we got this year. Hell yeah.
Did we need anything else?
Is going to be releasing some stuff this coming year. So we got Harley Quinn season 5 coming out on January 16th. You will get my review of the season on January 10th. That's when the embargo lifts. Superman comes out July 11th. The trailer is out. It is the most watched trailer of like all time for DC. I want to say it's in the billions of watches. It looks gorgeous. And then allegedly in the summertime, we are supposed to be getting Peacemaker season 2, but we will see.
We shall see. And that's so confusing because part of Peacemaker is canon and part of Peacemaker is not. So outside of Marvel and DC, there are other movies being made.
There are, believe it or not.
Did you hear about Wolfman coming out January 17th?
I did. It comes out. It actually looks really good. Believe it or not, it's not on my most anticipated, spoiler alert, but I think Carrie's going to take the kids to go to her grandma's and I'm going to go watch that movie. It looks really good. I'm very invested in this movie.
So it's a Blumhouse movie and it's the same guy who did Invisible Man in 2020.
Well, side note, sorry. Because Wolfman made me think an Invisible Man. Allegedly, Guillermo del Toro is supposed to release a Frankenstein movie this year too. So
The Bride, is that him?
Oh, dude. I saw Nosferatu.
Bride
By the way,
out...
I completely left out my watched. I will talk about that at the end. But yes, I did see Nosferatu.
Talking about that.
I'll give you spoiler-free thoughts at the end. You can read my full thoughts on the video, but I'll talk about the after we talk about our stuff. Sorry, but yeah, there's supposed to be a Frankenstein movie, but no, this movie looks cool.
So February 21st, The Monkey is coming out.
This movie looks good too.
And Elijah Wood. So this is a short story from Stephen King, and like
it is
the monkey with the banging
it keeps showing up and killing people.
Yeah, so I'm gonna reread the short story. So it's in
I'm gonna read it.
Skeleton Crew. I think it's called Skeleton
Key.
It might be Skeleton Key. I always forget if it's Skeleton Key or Skeleton Crew, but it's by Stephen King. It's a book of short stories. It starts with The Mist. I've talked about it on here before. Yep. But it is like the guy in it was so much misogynistic because it's like an older. Oh, it's called Skeleton Crew. It is.
Oh, okay.
So it's in there. I'm sure you can find it elsewhere on its own, but it was very creepy. And it's like, you see it in Toy Story 3. Like at the daycare, he's got the symbols. Like everybody knows the monkey with this. Oh, there's an episode of Supernatural in season 1 when they go back to the house. The monkey's doing the chimes. So it's like this thing is like there's so many nods to this short story. So
the trailer looks good. The trailer shows two brothers, and the one brother is in a lot of stuff, and he's trying to warn his aunt or somebody in the trailer, and it kills her. And so he's trying to get his other brother to come take care of it this time because it's been following them their whole life or something. Is what this premise is.
I remember that. In the
book. It looks good. I'm on board for this. And Blumhouse I like their stuff anyways.
Good as. Oh, is that one Blumhouse too?
Oh, I thought you said it was Oh, sorry, Wolf. Yes, my bad. I got confused. No, my apologies. The monkey is not, but it does look good, and I'm pretty excited for this one. What do you think about Lilo and Stitch coming out May 23rd?
I'm excited for Lilo and Stitch. I think it'll be good.
I actually think Stitch looks pretty good. Yeah. I was going to ask you your thoughts on Stitch. I think the commercial, we haven't really got Stitch, but Stitch looks pretty solid from a CGI standpoint.
I wonder if we'll get a Super Bowl ad.
Oh, I think we're going to get Fantastic Four and Stitch on Super Bowl. Oh God, we're going to be watching the Super Bowl together.
Oh, that's right.
Everyone's going to be making fun of us so hard. I guarantee you, we're going to be like sitting there crying as this commercial airs and everyone's looking at us like, what's wrong with you guys?
Dude, when they did the Deadpool and Wolverine
Carrie's birthday, she's like, it's my birthday and you care more about this stupid trailer.
Oh, poor Carrie. But no, when they released the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer during Super Bowl, I remember like me being like, everybody, shh. And then like when they put Deadpool and Wolverine really wasn't in it. But the fact that they like did that, like, at the end, I was getting emotional and nobody cared.
Oh my God. When I was at work when the Superman trailer aired and I had everybody in the hall, I was yelling, everybody in the hallway. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, get in here. So I had like this whole crew of people around my desk. We're watching the Superman trailer. I'm sitting there like about to tear up because it just is so beautiful. And I was like, we got Crypto. And I just, oh dude. Yeah. So I can only imagine Fantastic Four if we get that
I
trailer.
had Deadpool and Wolverine on again the other day, and I'm like, it was like the scene where like the dog pool's running up to Deadpool and Wolverine's in the background making a face, and they have like this music playing, and I'm like, I still can't believe this exists. It makes me so happy that this exists, and it's not just in my imagination. So yeah, I can't wait. Nothing can top Deadpool and Wolverine though. So I mean, yeah. Okay. So Cobra Kai Never Dies, Karate Kid, Legends, May 30th. So per IGN, This is their quote. So for this film, Ralph Macchio, who is obviously the OG Karate Kid, is teaming up with Jackie Chan, who was in the reimagining of it with Will Smith's son, which is maybe now part of, I guess, the bigger Karate Kid world. This is IGN actually saying this
It's
as well.
3 years after Cobra Kai. Yeah.
So the pair will play their characters from their respective films, with Ben Wang, who's American-born Chinese, cast as the new kid who must learn karate to solve all of his life's problems. You can tell they're being
That's
funny.
one does.
Even though Macchio is one of the stars of Cobra Kai TV show, and that apparently exists in the same world as this movie, it seems as though the film won't have
3 years after Cobra Kai. Sorry.
Apparently won't have a ton to do with the series, as the actor has said Legends takes place around 3 years after the show.
So did you see the trailer?
No.
Oh, I watched the trailer. It actually looks pretty good.
I still haven't finished Cobra Kai this season.
Ralph Macchio doesn't really age. He's not much younger than Jackie Chan, I believe. So
he's in his 60s.
I'm excited. Yeah, I think.
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that they're probably like the same age. Yeah.
I think Jackie Chan's mid-70s and Ralph Macchio's mid-60s. So they're really not that apart. But
Ralph Macchio's 63, Jackie Chan's 70. They're 7 years apart.
Yeah. I think it looks good. I'm going to give this one a shot. I really will.
Oh,
I'm
interested
to see how it blends because Jackie Chan took place in China. Obviously, Mr. Miyagi.
Ralph Macchio's in California.
Well, they go to New York City. The premise of this one, because what I believe is Jackie Chan calls upon Ralph Macchio to help him out and kind of blend their styles, but I could be wrong. So interesting.
No, I mean, they had so much success with Cobra Kai. It's like, why the hell wouldn't they make a movie? So it makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. From there, we do have some other stuff. So we have How to Train Your Dragon, June 13th.
Which Logan's going to lose his mind over. And I saw an interview with Gerard Butler, who like voiced Hiccup's dad, and now he's playing Hiccup's dad. And he was like, it was very hard to play him, much different than voicing him.
Well, yeah, because voicing him, I feel like you get to act differently as far as the animation styles go. And he's also big, fat, beefy guy in the movie.
Oh my gosh, yes. And Gerard Butler's not.
No,
he's a giant Viking.
I'll watch it. I'll take the kids to that.
I'm going to have to take it. That's Logan's all-time favorite thing. 28 years later. Cool. I never watched any of these movies.
Oh,
I need to watch these.
You do 28 Days Later with Cillian Murphy.
I'll be watching all of these in June because we're doing an episode, aren't we?
Jeremy Renner is in 28 Weeks Later, which is another really good movie. They're very
one with Sandra Bullock.
Different types, but there's like they're not full out zombies. No, not the Sandra Bullock. Sorry. These movies are good. This franchise is awesome. We've been asking for this movie for a long time. What we haven't been asking for is Jurassic Park Rebirth, which apparently they go to the island because the dinosaurs are dying out. They're trying to figure out
Nublar or whatever. What's the island called? Isla Nublar.
I don't care. I'm going to be there. Don't get it wrong. I will be there.
Right?
Come on, Scarlett Johansson in Jurassic Park.
Opening night.
I am very much a hypocrite and part of the problem. Yes, I will be there, but I don't need this movie.
As long as you can call out your own hypocrisy, I think
hopefully it's just better. How are they going to make 2 more movies after this? I don't know, but
how are they going to not? Because they make money, so they're going to keep doing it.
Listen, guys, sometimes you just, I don't know.
Sometimes you feel
The Naked Gun on August 1st. Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson.
I didn't know about this till today.
Cody Rhodes is in
this episode.
And Busta Rhymes. Did you see the Walmart ad with Busta Rhymes?
No. Does he?
Oh, there was a
Christmas
have
sex all over Walmart. It's like we can do it on the wrapping paper. We can do it in the toy aisle. We can do it in the gun aisle. We can do it in the grocery aisle. He was
wrapping this Walmart Christmas ad, and it was so unsettling the way he was moving and wrapping. But he also wasn't very good. I think it was the fact that he has dentures, and he looks like he has dentures. I need you to Google his Walmart ad. I don't know, but if something about it looked really unsettling to me. It's very unsettling, just so you're aware. What else comes out before we dive into our picks?
The Bride, September 26th, which is Frankenstein's Bride.
Is it?
Bride. Yeah, that's what I was saying before. So I don't know the exacts on this, but it looks like it might be interesting. And then Tron Ares comes out October 10th. I think this is why there's a new Tron ride at Magic Kingdom. I am assuming these have
connected.
Yeah.
Jared creep face there. Yeah.
I don't really know. I saw the new one years ago, but it was funny. Like when we were in line for the Tron ride, which I've only done the Tron ride once, and it was during the
Carrie
Pass Holder
loves the Tron
preview because
ride.
we never go to Magic Kingdom. You've been to Magic Kingdom
Yeah,
more recently than I
yeah.
have. And so we're in line for Tron, and Erica and I are like, we should have made the kids watch this movie, shouldn't we have? Like the kids had no idea what Tron was.
I don't care about Tron. I never got into it.
I mean, they're not bad movies, especially like the 80s one. It's like, it's a cool concept for like when it came out.
It is.
Okay, so Predator Badlands, though, comes out November 7th.
I'm excited. Yes.
You're excited for that. Okay.
Yes.
Wicked for Good is November 21st. That will be the sequel to Wicked that just came out. And then Avatar Fire and Ash, December 19th. I don't care about this, but I will watch it once it's on Disney+.
I do not care about Avatar at all. And I still haven't seen the first Wicked, like, so I can't
I love the musical. I just haven't gotten around to watching the movie yet. But I'm also kind of okay waiting so I can watch the sequel immediately after. Because it's like, this is the intermission now. Wicked is hands down the best musical I've ever seen. I've seen a decent amount of musicals. Granted, I'm seeing Hamilton in 2 days.
People are raving about it, yeah.
Change, but Wicked exceeded Lion King. It exceeded like so many musicals I've seen. Beetlejuice, like everything I've seen. It was so good, and I haven't seen the movie yet.
I guess we will.
I'll get around to it.
We do have some TV though. Other TV things that are coming out. We have Yellow Jacket season 3, February 16th. I know you have been into that show. I have not.
2 wasn't as good as 1, so I'm hesitant with 3. Yeah, I know you watched White Lotus
season 3, February 16th. I'm really big on this show. The first 2 seasons were really good television.
Maybe they take place
at various White Lotus hotels. Yeah, no, this show is very much worth watching. I very much recommend. I love, cannot speak high enough of that. We're getting Last of Us season 2, which is sure to break.
There's no set date on these. The rest of us going forward. Yeah,
I imagine summer.
I think TV is a little more lenient to be able to do that. Yeah.
We got Handmaid's Tale, the final season. I never got into that show. Is that something you watch?
I do watch the show, and it gives me anxiety. But just so you know,
you live the show too. But
the baby should be like 8 years old because, like, I was nursing Logan watching one of the seasons when she had a baby, and Logan's 7. So this baby is no longer a baby. But how they ended the last season, the baby was still a baby. The baby's been a baby for seasons. I can't imagine how many babies have played that baby. I will watch it, but like one of my friends,
first baby's off to college.
Yeah. One of my friends, it might have been Erica, just started reading the book, and I'm like, that's a book I don't want to read.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I know I've heard the book's a little bit worse than the show because they're not racist in the show.
Wow.
And they're racist in the book.
Oh, okay.
The book's more realistic, I guess. So if anybody else has watched it and read it,
let us know.
Sure, correct me.
We've got Wednesday season 2 at some point.
You watched that?
Yeah, I'm excited for Wednesday. You haven't seen Wednesday season 1?
No, because I watched the first 2 episodes and Brielle took off without me. But I know there's supernatural people that work on the show. Because when I listen to the Supernatural podcast, they're like, you're filming Wednesday.
Yeah, my daughter's really big into Wednesday, but she's never watched it. But yet she loves Wednesday and knows all about the show. So maybe she watched it without me knowing. I don't know.
Anyways, when Brielle took off without me, I was okay with it.
It was solid. I'm excited for season 2. Percy Jackson season 2. I'm very excited for that. The first season was really well done. So I can't wait for that. Gen V season 2, allegedly. And then Chad Powers, which is a football show from Glenn Powell. It's supposed to come out on Hulu sometime in the fall of 2025. People are really hyped for that. I'll give it a chance. Why not? But yeah.
So it's Gen V, though. I'm not going to put this in my most anticipated until we have a set date. But the way that they ended The Boys season 4, they really intertwined it with Gen V.
They did.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to wait a little while to do that.
I never finished Gen V.
Oh, really?
I didn't.
So then how did you feel watching The Boys? Like, because they were
I know who they were. I just didn't finish. I don't know why. Gen V just... Maybe Carrie and I were watching the first 3 seasons of The Boys, and then she stopped watching it because it got too much for her. And I think that's why is she never wanted to watch Gen V. And there's just so much that I needed to watch that I just couldn't keep up with Gen V.
All right, well, I'm going to watch all the 28 movies, and you're going to finish Gen V.
There you go. Yeah, by the time Gen V comes out, I'll watch first season. That much I can do that. Let's start with our movies. Most anticipated movies. Some of them might have been on this list. Some of them might not have been. But
I don't think
you want to start. Go ahead and start with your list. What do you got going on?
Mine's 3 Marvel and 1 DC: Captain America, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and Superman. Those are my most anticipated movies.
I'm really, really excited for Captain America: Brave New World. That comes out in about a month, a little more than a month. I will be there opening night. I'll probably take Oliver.
I'll be there.
Really excited. Night, I think this is going to be a really good movie.
I do too, but I think I'm more excited about Thunderbolt.
Interesting.
Although I'm avoiding the trailers for Captain America.
Fair. I've watched the trailers, and
I'm following
I think the suit looks beautiful. I like I'm really, really big Anthony Mackie. I think he's going to do a really good job. Harrison Ford
Excited to
seems
see Harrison
Harrison
Ford.
Ford is in mocap.
Dude,
he even got
he
his
is
ass in
in-
mocap and was doing a whole bunch of stuff as Red Hulk.
He's
So
like more things right now. Like, so when I was doing this, because he's in Shrinking, he's in
he
Captain
really
America, and then
has.
there was
Yeah.
other show came up that I hadn't heard of it, so I didn't add it to the list. But I was like, he is in so much crap. This man is like 80 years old.
He loves
and he's
to
like
work.
at the peak of his
He's
career.
having
I get he's
fun
going
too,
solo.
weirdly enough.
Yeah.
He,
And I'm loving
a lot of
grumpy
people,
old man Harrison Ford.
I love
think
grumpy
he's
old
fun.
man Harrison Ford. That's exactly my spirit animal right there. Grumpy old Harrison Ford.
I
with
do
the
hope
soft-
they pay a
who's
nod
soft
and homage
inside.
to the original actor, though, because, Harrison Ford took over.
Yeah,
And
they did.
I feel like
William
people were
Hurt, yep.
excited, that this is a bigger actor and people are excited. But it is sad because he had been playing, he'd been playing this character.
But where the
since
hell is his daughter?
2008. I was
Is
just gonna
Liv
say that.
Tyler alive?
was
Where is
just
Liv
gonna say that.
Tyler? Is
If she's not
Betty
in
Ross
this
okay?
movie, if she is not in this movie, I feel like that is like,
Where is Betty?
then they need to stop pretending the Edward Norton version's canon.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not going to acknowledge
That's the
her,
best version of Hulk, in my opinion, too.
I think
it
Mark
might be a hot
Ruffalo did a
take.
great job, and I was very hesitant about him taking over. And I now do obviously see him as the Hulk, but I love the Edward Norton one.
Edward Norton was the best version of Hulk that I've ever watched, in my opinion. I get
and
it.
I felt like
he's not,
that was the movie that made General Ross a dick. I feel
really,
like that
well, yeah. I mean,
solidified
he was
it.
responsible for getting. I mean, Blonsky.
Yeah,
he's responsible.
and we've
for him,
acknowledged him in She-Hulk and in Doctor Strange.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But I also have Captain America. I've got Thunderbolts, which Thunderbolts I'm excited for. I don't know that I haven't watched What If yet. No.
Okay.
But
like
I'm excited for
left.
Florence Pugh to come back. I'm excited for Dave Harbour as
I cannot wait to see Bucky and Red Guardian together.
Bucky, I'm excited for them. Valentina is coming back, and so Ghost, she's there too. So I'm excited. And Taskmaster is back in this, I believe. So
I'm excited for like 4 people from that movie.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice to get this again, see where they go with it, what the plot is, where are we tying things to, and whatnot.
It's going to be our
nice
Legends of Tomorrow.
Back. Yeah, well, it's nice to get Yelena back, and I really love having Florence Pugh in the MCU, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah,
last time we saw her, she was being very vulnerable in Hawkeye, and then she disappeared.
True, yeah. And Fantastic Four, obviously, I'm excited for. I'm not a huge Fantastic Four fan, but like
we also don't know exactly what they're going to do and where they're going to start and how that's going to go.
Yeah, the promo pictures that have come out of them as Fantastic Four all looked really good. It's a timepiece. Yeah, I'm excited. So some of the things that you didn't talk about. So Predator, Badlands. I'm coming off of Prey. Really excited to see how that plays out. I'm a big sci-fi fan, big Predator fan. 28 weeks later, I've already alluded to, but I'm very excited for that movie as well. Or 28 weeks later. I said 20. I meant 28 years later. My apologies. 28 weeks later is a movie you should watch. But 28 years later, now the rage virus, they are zombies, but they're not undead. It's basically this virus that comes into their brain and just makes you so angry that you need to kill somebody, essentially. That's what's cool about it. So not to speak too much about what it is, but I'm very interested to see how we got briefly a teaser trailer and some shots and things like that. People were claiming this one skeleton was Cillian Murphy. It's not because he's from the first movie, and I can't really speak more without you having watched it. But I'm very excited.
I saw that picture. It did look like him.
Yeah, it did. It's not. It's somebody else, but who knows? I don't know. Like, they could just be playing it off. Who really knows?
Right.
I'm really excited for that movie. This is one of the better zombie quote unquote franchises out there. It's got a very cult following. 28 Days Later came out in like the early 2000s. This is one of the first movies that Cillian Murphy got really big from as well. And he's fantastic in it.
The first thing I saw him in was the Batman movies.
No, this came out before the Batman movies, actually. So I want to say 2000 to 2002, that time frame, something like that. But
I feel like doing this episode, we just mapped out all our episodes for the next year.
We kind of did. Well, there's a lot of stuff that have anniversaries. We talked about Heat, 30 years old. Toy Story's 30 years old.
Jaws is 50?
Jaws is 50, which we've been doing Jaws every Shark Week. We're on Jaws, 4 now or something like that?
Yeah, Charlie. Sorry, we're going to have to do Jaws 4.
Superman, obviously, but there's one movie on here that I'm think's going to be really good. It stars Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd, and that's Death of a Unicorn. It's getting ready to come out. They didn't put out a release date, unless maybe I missed it. It might be coming out this month.
I feel like they're being subtle on that because, like, I had heard about that because it was talked about in our Discord.
Yeah,
but that didn't make any of the lists that when I Googled.
Same. I didn't see it. They didn't put a firm release date. I believe it's A24. It's got Paul Rudd.
So maybe that's why.
His daughter's Jenna Ortega, I believe is his daughter. They hit a unicorn, and from there, it's pharmaceutical companies find out that his blood cures cancer, and so they're trying to do that. And it's a murderous unicorn now killing pharmaceutical companies.
Do they want the blood, or do they want to make it not happen because they make more money?
Exactly. So it looks really funny. It looks awesome. It's A24, so it's probably going to be quirky and good. It's Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. They both have like this really cool sense of humor to them. So I'm really excited for that movie. The trailer looked really good. I highly recommend, if you're thinking, what is that? I have no idea what this is. Go look it up, man. It might make your list as well. But TV show time. Let's go to some TV shows. I'm kind of all over. So really, I just have Daredevil from Marvel that's coming out. I'm really in 61 days from when we're recording this, actually, we get Daredevil. And so I'm really excited. I'm
ready
soon.
I want to rewatch it too. So that's actually my most anticipated for 2025 is Daredevil, because I loved the Netflix series.
We'll have to do something for that. We watch the Netflix series and maybe do something before it comes out.
We can recap it, and also to jump ahead to comic books for a quick second. Like, there's a Daredevil comic book run coming out that I think is going to kind of not
tie into it a little bit, but they like to play into their TV stuff for sure.
Right. Because they did that at New York Comic Con, where they had the comic book people in, and then they brought the movie or the show people out. And I think we're going to get more Daredevil in the MCU, because obviously we saw him in Spider-Man No Way Home, and I'm so fucking excited. Charlie Cox just has nailed this role. He's done so phenomenal on it. Daredevil was the first really dark MCU thing we got. It was something that I was like, sorry, Kaylee, you're not allowed to watch. And the only other thing I had said that was with Wolverine Origins, and that was just like I'm just gonna wait till you're a little bit older. Whereas like when we watched this, when he, the one guy got his head bashed in with the bowling ball, I was like, you're not watching this. I'm sorry, like this is a grown-up.
It was
show.
Dark, and this is gonna be TVMA. So they're not going to shy away.
And they're bringing everybody back. Hope we get Misty Knight. And I know you were talking earlier before, the Sam Wilson, not my Captain America, that I read, Misty Knight was so funny, and she's constantly ragging on Sam Wilson. I would love to see
Anthony Mackie in the comics. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember if they're dating. I don't think they're dating.
I'm pretty sure they're dating in this new Sam Wilson Captain America.
They might have been. I feel like the chemistry was there. I don't know if they fully went there, but the actress, whoever played her, I don't know her name. She was so fucking good. And I feel like her and Anthony Mackie would actually be great.
Oh, the chemistry. Yeah.
And she even lost her arm, so she has the whole arm thing going like Bucky does. And I want all of them to come back. I want all of them to come back except for Iron Fist. I went off that tangent.
Come on,
what are we on?
All right. Sorry. Well, so aside from Daredevil, White Lotus season 3 made my list, of course. I'm a very big fan of that show. Percy Jackson, I read all the books. I'm really excited. Season 1 was really good. I am just so thankful that we got a really good season 1, and season 2 is promising to be solid. The Last of Us, come on, that speaks for itself, right?
I'm excited for that for sure.
I need a post. We almost need to do a post show right after each episode airs, for reasons. Anyways, the last one comes out this coming Friday, the 10th. Goosebumps season 2. I was a very big fan of Goosebumps season 1. It wasn't. Schwimmer. Yeah, so season 1 had Justin Long. It wasn't going to break the mold of TV by any means, but I thought season 1 was really solid. They tied in to the books in various ways. It was very clever writing, and season 2 has David Schwimmer. And so I'm excited to see some of the stories they pull from and kind of go into the Goosebumps lore a bit. I'm a very big Goosebumps fan. It's kind of the first book. If you're a 90s kid, you went to the book fair, got Goosebumps books. So it's really the first books that I kind of got into. So I'm a very, very big fan. And you graduate to Fear Street. Yeah, exactly. And so I'm very big into the franchise. I thought season 1 was really cool. And so I'm really excited to see season 2. That's something Carrie and I watched and we both enjoyed. And it kind of flew under the radar last year I think more people should pay attention to. Yeah, you should give it a chance. It's not going to be for everybody. They should. It's weird that it's coming out in January, but at the same time, I kind of get it. I think they might have actually released it closer to October, the first season. It might have been 2023, but it's a good show. That's all I have to say about that one. That's my TV shows. I know there's others like Peacemaker. Yeah, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I liked Peacemaker. I didn't love it. Marvel Zombies could make the list, but I wasn't a big fan of Marvel's What If. So I'm kind of out on Marvel animation until otherwise proven differently, besides X-Men 97, which we're not getting until at least 26. And so that's clearly not on the list.
26 will be a hell of a year.
Yeah, there's no real DC shows that I know of that are coming out. There's nothing else that's really jumping out to me. I mean, I love Only Murders in the Building. I don't know if that's coming out. I don't know if The Bear's coming out, but both of those shows, I haven't even finished the last season of Only Murders because it's been so much anyways.
I
And The
have. I
Bear,
liked it, but I feel like they're just following the same format every year.
great show, but these are fresher almost, I feel like. That's why.
Yeah. Invincible, I'm excited for.
That's
so
right.
I think that's the only other one I'm really excited for. I listed Ironheart, which I'm excited for it, but I'm not like over the top.
Oh yeah, no, I'm pumped for that, but I'm not. Oh my god, I gotta watch Ironheart right now.
Yeah, Daredevil I think is the only one I'm super excited for.
Same. I mean, Daredevil and Last of Us are must watch instantly.
Like I enjoy the Invincible show, but I just feel like the comic is so much better.
Right.
So sometimes I'm a little hesitant to be like, yeah, that's such a good show because it's like.
I've just not gotten into Invincible for some reason.
It's such a fucking good comic.
I get that.
So
I do.
Good.
I see why people like it. I just personally, for me, it just didn't connect. That's okay. You know, you're going to like things and I love things. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, my favorite Star Wars movie. A lot of people call me crazy, but whatever. That's like, 20
I'm very
years right
excited for the Marvel and DC movies coming out this year.
Yeah.
Super.
Oh man. The fact that we're getting Fantastic Four and a Superman. Oh, that Superman trailer makes me want to cry every time.
I mean, I'm just,
Let's go into comic books. What are some comic books you're excited for that people might not recognize that are coming out?
So Deadpool / Wolverine, which kicked off on New Year's Day. Very excited to see where that goes going forward.
I'm going to read that. Yeah.
Fantastic. I also already mentioned the Daredevil run that's going to be coming out in April. Very excited for that. So what's funny is I had on my list Absolute Wolverine, and then I looked at yours and I saw Ultimate Wolverine, and I realized I combined the DC universe is doing the Absolute stuff.
They are,
and Marvel's doing Ultimate, so I put Absolute Wolverine. But yes, I'm excited for Ultimate Wolverine. Minor Threats. We're getting Welcome to Twilight with, I think, Gail Simone's going to be a part of that. I'm super excited.
Yes, she's joining that. I'm pumped.
That's part of Minor Threats. And then Patton Oswalt and Jordan Bloom mentioned the volume 3 of Minor Threats because even though they have this whole world, they keep coming back to these main characters with Frankie doing the Minor Threats characters. So they mentioned volume 3. I'm hoping that comes out. We don't have a set date as far as I know. And then First Ghost from Ghost Machine. I have been looking forward to that for almost a year now when it was announced at MegaCon last year.
Oh my God, that's right. That was a year ago now because we were sitting on that panel covering it for them. Yeah, wow.
And so that's going to be a ghost at the White House. It has not come out yet. So I do believe it's coming out this year.
I was actually looking up because I put that on my list too. Well, I put it up on my list, but I was looking at Ghost. They only have their release dates till February, and it wasn't on there yet. But
there was a nod to it in Hornsby and Halo.
Yeah,
Rockefellers issue 2 when they did that whole thing. There, the First Ghost was in there.
So weird. So it should be coming. I know in March Geiger's getting like a something special event. So I've got to imagine they're bringing it in because they've got Hornsby and Halo, Rockefellers.
They did say it was coming out later, but then I saw somebody post after New York Comic Con, oh, they just announced First Ghost. No, they announced it a while ago.
They come on, nerds. Watch our show. We covered this when it first got announced.
But Brad Meltzer was the one at the con. I remember he's like, don't tell anybody who's not here. And we posted the clip and then we did
the
that's because he asked us
that's right. That's right. He asked us not to share it. Son of a gun. You know, we had the scoop first. That's on my list.
We didn't share it.
Well, I have Ultimate Wolverine is coming out, I think, in 2 weeks.
Not to be confused with Absolute Wolverine.
No,
which is not
but I'm excited for Ultimate Wolverine because the Ultimate storyline of Marvel is pretty awesome.
You should review that. I'm not going to review it. I feel like I need to let other people have Wolverine. I feel like people are scared of Nerd Initiative to take anything Wolverine.
I will let Ken know that, hey, Lauren told me I should take Ultimate Wolverine. We can joint it maybe.
Someone other than me to do. Well, because even this week I was like, maybe I won't even take anything because I'm going to be out of town. And then nobody had taken Wolverine. So I was like, are they scared to take it? Like they think I'm going to be upset?
No, I just don't think people really, I don't know. They like all the other stuff but Wolverine, I think. I don't know. Because
Megan asked one day, she's like, am I allowed to take Wolverine or is that Lauren's? I'm like, no, anybody can take it.
Oh. That's fair. I see what you're saying. We'll figure that out.
Not gatekeeping, I promise.
I am excited for that. Aquaman 1 comes out actually this Wednesday for the new DC All In. So I'm really excited for Aquaman 1. I have an Aquaman tattoo.
Namor run. It's actually been really good.
I'll check that out. I'm a big Aquaman fan, dude.
Maybe I'll send you home with the ones I have.
I love that whenever we visit, we trade comics a bunch and all that other stuff. It's not just, it's great. I'm really excited in February. We're getting Zatanna, a new Zatanna run. I'm a massive Zatanna fan. I have Zatanna Bring Down the House like above my bed because it's beautiful artwork. So I really, really love Zatanna. I hope we can get her in the DCU at some point. Aside from that.
Oh, she was in Suicide Squad, right?
No, she's not. No. We haven't seen Zatanna in live action yet.
Really? She's only in the Superhero High?
That and she's been in some of the animated movies, but she's not been in.
I thought she was in Suicide Squad.
No,
Damn.
we haven't. No, we haven't gotten real Zatanna yet.
She wasn't. Who was the one that the female played? Kamiko, Karen something.
She oh my god, that's his blah blah blah. Her sword keeps souls. Oh my god, I can't remember her name all of a sudden because I've blocked that movie out so hard. Anyways, Absolute Flash is coming out in March, and Flash is my favorite superhero of all time. And so if Absolute Flash is anything close to what Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Batman have been like, we're in for a treat. I cannot wait for the colors.
She plays Katana.
Yeah, Katana is very different than Zatanna. Zatanna's magic.
Oh, Zatanna was in Smallville.
Yes.
She was in Smallville. Okay. Okay. All right.
Zatanna's magic. Yes. Katana.
I liked her in
like,
Smallville.
what are you talking about? She was Katana.
Wait,
yes. Lauren,
wasn't Zatanna in, was she in Stargirl? Maybe not.
She hasn't been in live action yet. Trust me. Speaking of which, we're getting Mortal Kombat movie this year. I'm excited for that. Anyways, my last and one thing that I'm really excited for, because this past year we had Godzilla versus the Justice League, which is really awesome. Well, Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe comes out in March, and that's looking to be a really cool event. If you haven't read Godzilla versus the Justice League versus King Kong, that event was freaking dope. And so I'm really excited to see how Godzilla plays with the Marvel Universe now. And I know we're going to be getting a sequel to the Godzilla Kong Justice League. And I just love Godzilla and I love superheroes. So the mashup of those two, awesome. A lot of these are first quarter of the year releases. Besides First Ghost, we don't really know when that's coming out. But that's the thing with comic books. They don't really announce too far in advance.
Like a week beforehand.
Yeah. I mean, they announce certain events, but they don't really announce a lot of stuff.
They also have little things will come out and whatnot.
Yeah. However, though, so that was like our list, but we were going to be at MegaCon. The two of us will be in person together at MegaCon in February. March, I will be at GalaxyCon Richmond, probably with Megan from Vigilante Vibes and Nerd Initiative. We're looking into doing an after party event in Richmond. So more to come there. Probably AwesomeCon in DC. And then July, I will be at San Diego Comic-Con. So we're going to be a lot of places this year, doing a lot of cool stuff. And that's not even counting like the events, Lauren and I are non-podcast related stuff. I'm sure we're going to plan some vacations together aside from doing podcast stuff because our families are family, if you will. But yeah, so as always, please come out to MegaCon if you're going to be there. We have a Friday panel, actors and actresses who got their start in horror movies. And then Sunday, we have a Supernatural panel at 11:30 a.m. talking about the show Supernatural. And we're going to have a lot of really cool stuff. I will have finished the show by then, I promise you. And then the cast of Supernatural won't be at our panel unless I can really blackmail them into it. Who knows? But we're going to be there. It's going to be fun. Come say hi to us. And do you have any final thoughts before we wrap up our most anticipated for the year 2020? Wow, we're midway through the 20s, man.
Oh, that's weird.
Happy
New Year.
Have a good new year. It is January. Take care of yourselves. I know January can be a bit of a rough month.
The hangover of the holidays.
Yeah, you've come down from September through December is all holiday excitement from, Halloween to Christmas and Hanukkah and anything else. And now it's January where it's just cold. It gets dark early. It's maybe snowing and who knows what else. So make sure you're taking care of yourselves first and foremost, whatever you may be doing. And hey, take some time, like, subscribe, share, follow. Let us know what you think about our list. Let us know your most anticipated. hopsgeeknews@gmail.com is where you can drop us a line. Patreon.com/hopsgeeknews. You get ad-free episodes, and you could also do some monthly watch parties. Hey, beat the dreariness by coming watching a movie and just hanging out and having fun. Join our Discord where sometimes we just hop on, do game nights. We all talk and have fun and a good time, and we're just there for each other. And then shout out to everybody who already supports the show. We'll see you at MegaCon in just about a month now. Yeah. Cheers, everybody.